Hi, welcome to the Transcript. I'm Lizzie Broder.
And I'm Maeve Raphael Riley. Make sure to stay tuned to the end of the episode for more information on the student union.
This week's Transcript investigates police brutality against homeless people in downtown Northampton,
makes arts and crafts with Miss Martindale,
and looks into the challenges of being a student athlete.
The former manager of the Trump presidential campaign, Corey Lewandowski, testified Tuesday before the House Judiciary Committee at the first hearing regarding the theoretical impeachment case against President Trump. Lewandowski has been cautioned to keep his remarks contained to the Mueller report, and he says he is excited to push back against angry Democrats who tried to take down a duly elected president. The Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau apologized this week for a 2001 photo showing him wearing brownface as part of an Arabian Nights-themed gala. "I shouldn't have done that," he said in a statement this week. "I should have known better, but I didn't, and I'm really sorry." Trudeau is currently running for his second term as Prime Minister, and elections are scheduled for October 21st. On Tuesday, a campaign rally held by Afghan President Ashraf Ghani was struck by an insurgent suicide bomb, killing 24 and wounding an additional 31. A few hours later, the United States Embassy in Kabul was struck by a similar attack. At this time, no group has claimed responsibility for the attack, though suspicion does point towards the Taliban. On Wednesday, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo called the attacks on Saudi Arabian oil production facilities an act of war when the Saudi government placed the blame on Iran after it was discovered that the weapons used against the facilities matched similar weapons used by the Iranian Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. Iran reportedly warned it would retaliate against any U.S. action.
Hi, I'm Jamie.
And I'm Jared.
Today we're going to be talking about last week's football game.
The offense was precise, although not perfect for most of the day.
While the defenses were just overwhelmed, we registered 4 interceptions on the day and pitched out a shout-out en route to a 43-0 win. It was pure domination.
Hi, my name is Frida Karney-Dunitz. Welcome to Another News. This week, I sat down with Northampton residents to discuss police aggression towards underprivileged individuals in Northampton. In 2017, while protesting the actions of the Department of Children and Families, Eric Matlock found himself in the middle of what was to become several incidents between the transient population in downtown Northampton and the Northampton police. This conflict and events like this have raised questions about the use of public space and perceptions of local homeless. I sat down with Eric Matlock and his wife Pamela to discuss their views on the matter.
As far as the police aggression, it's encouraged. Shop owners encourage it. They feel like if people are hanging out, if people are sitting on a bench smoking weed, smoking cigarettes, if there's homeless people over there panhandling or whatever the heck else they're doing, living their lives, that they feel like if business is bad today, then they're going to blame all those people. It'll never be enough until you disappear. Until no one has to see you or smell you or whatever it is, because you don't live life the way that they cut it out.
When he was arrested that day, he was charged with 3 different charges: disorderly conduct, assault and battery on a police officer, and resisting arrest. Those were the 3 things that he was charged with. He took no sort of plea deal for those. He went to trial. They picked a jury. There were witnesses presented, and as he stated, the prosecution's own witnesses proved that the officers were lying. The 2 officers who went up the stairs and bent over and put their hands on my husband and then maced him and tore him off of the steps lied.
I also spoke to Rick, an advocate for the Northampton homeless who works for Outreach Services.
My job is the advocate for the city of Northampton's homeless, inner city homeless. I've been doing this for 31 years, and I will never give up on any of them. The initiative program that I started back on August 8th of 1988 is called Save Your Life, Don't Take Your Life. That comes from people that living on the street to people that don't have no place to go. Let them know what's out there for services for them. That's why it's called Northampton's Homeless Advocate Outreach Services. I don't wish this on anybody, to be on the street. It's hard to live on the street. It's hard to survive. It's hard when you have to get a meal. There are some people that have been very generous in the community that help people that are on the street. But some people aren't generous. How do they stereotype them? How do I think they stereotype them? I think they stereotype them very poorly. Very poorly. Disrespectful. I think that some of the people that work in Northampton, yeah, they're racist. I think they are. I don't care who's watching this video. I'll tell you right to your face, you know, you got to stop doing what you're doing.
Thanks for watching. See you next week on In Other News.
Hi, welcome to Smarts and Crafts. This week, we have art teacher Miss Martindell. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
What are we doing here this week?
So today, I am introducing you to a process, a printmaking process called linoleum cut or lino cut. And you're going to be learning how to print a very basic relief cut using lino cut tools to create an image using different textures, like so, and then we will print it together.
How long have you worked at NHS?
I've been at Northampton High for 2 years. This is my second year. It's been one full year. I'm in my second year now. Really fun and good years. It's a great community. A fun fact about me is that I graduated from Northampton High School in 1998.
Wow.
So I've come full circle, and this is the old cafeteria. I spent 4 years eating lunch in this corner over here.
What do you like to do outside of school?
Well, I'm a big gardener. I live locally, and I have 2 toddlers, well, 2 and a 4-year-old. So my days are filled with a lot of art making at home with my kids too. Working in the garden, playing with my children and my family.
Now I've heard rumors that your dad is actually Mr. Corman from JFK. Is this true?
Mr. Corman is my dad, yes. We had dinner last night. He's doing well. So at Northampton High School, I teach the Concepts in Art class, which is the introductory level art class here at the high school. It's the prerequisite visual arts class for any student who wants to go on. And then I'm teaching the ceramics studio, ceramics 1 and 2, and sculpture as well. We'll be all offering those next year.
All right, thank you for being on our show. We learned some new art techniques.
Great. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's very fun.
Yeah, come back anytime if you want to make a print. Come to Art Club. Come make art. It's good for the soul.
I'm Ben Raposa.
I'm Adam Ives.
Welcome to Hamped Up.
Y'all ready for this?
With the school year now in full swing, students who play sports at Northampton High School have more on their plate than the average student. After a long day of school, it may be hard for students to find the motivation and energy to practice and play at their best.
We sat down with student athletes of various ages in sports to talk to them about how they plan to balance both their academic and athletic obligations.
I'm Maggie Stewart-Smith.
And I'm Lars Sippel.
Okay, my first question for you is, do you ever struggle with getting sufficient sleep as a student athlete on varsity soccer?
Yeah, that actually happens a lot because games we get back really late, so sometimes if I have a ton of homework after my game, then I'll struggle with getting a sufficient night of sleep. For underclassmen who are struggling, I think you just have to work hard, and the grind doesn't stop, and it'll eventually work out for you in the long run.
Do you ever fail to complete assignments or not study enough because of sports practices and late games?
No, as a student athlete, school always comes first, so that never happens to me.
Hi, I'm Ben Raposa. Introduce yourselves.
I'm Pearl Davis.
I'm Simon LeClaire.
Do you ever struggle with getting sleep as a student athlete?
When school first started, it was weird to get used to, but I think I'm getting more sleep than I did at the beginning of the year because it was just very different from middle school and stuff.
No.
What is the hardest part about balancing school and sports?
Well, depending on what time my game or practice is, I get home late sometimes and I really don't want to do homework, and sometimes it's just annoying, but it's okay.
I'd say just you got to manage your time well. You know, you have 2 less hours in the day to study, and just don't spend your afternoon watching TikTok videos.
Do you find it hard balancing TikTok, stardom, school, and sports?
Well, sometimes it's hard to figure out my priorities because, TikTok's really up there. But It's okay. I figured it out. I managed.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This week, the boys' soccer team beat East Longmeadow 4-1, but lost against West Springfield 2-0. Meanwhile, the girls' team lost to Longmeadow 3-1. On Tuesday, both boys and girls cross-country teams won against Ludlow. Last Friday, the field hockey team lost 3-1 against Agawam. On Tuesday, the golf team had a tri-match against Chicopee Comp and Chicopee High School and won both. Last Friday, the football team took on Holyoke and won 41-27. The boys play tomorrow night at 7 in Pittsfield, and both cross-country teams have a meet at 10 in Amherst. Come support.
Hi, I'm Gabe.
And I'm Shiloh.
Welcome to The Other Stuff. Today, we're tackling a controversial subject that's been getting a lot of attention in the media over the past several weeks.
Vaping. The Center for Disease Control has confirmed 380 cases of vaping-related lung disease across 36 states, as well as 6 deaths, the most recent of which occurred in Kansas last Tuesday.
Many of the hospitalized patients reported vaping oil containing a high concentration of THC, the active ingredient in marijuana.
Health officials are urging people to quit vaping until the cause of this mysterious illness is found.
Luckily, we've come up with our own 100% safe vaping alternative.
Sporting a sleek and simple, yet intuitive design, Slide has a lot to offer users. Now, you may be wondering what sets Slide apart from the average slide whistle. The answer is, it comes in the super sick box.
Yo, let's do this.
Hello, boys.
I am a nightmare walking, psychopath talking, king of my jungle, just a gangster stalking, living life like a firecracker, quick as my fuse. That's the color I choose, red or blue. It just don't matter, sucker die.
My work here is done.
The gangs of LA will never die. Just multiply colors.
My thoughts on the vaping epidemic is I'm really concerned about the students. Recently in the news, there have been a lot of illnesses involved, and they're basically stating it has to do with vaping. I think roughly throughout the country, there's been about 368 illnesses involved in this, not including people that have passed away. I think one just passed away on Monday night. I worry about the students. I keep preaching past 2 or 3 years that they need to stop. It's for their own health, for their kids if they ever have kids in the future, that they don't see their dad or mother suffering from an illness because of vaping. I just don't think it's right. I think these big companies that own these companies, the vaping companies, are making millions of dollars. They're enjoying their time in Hawaii or whatever. Plenty of stock options while you guys are becoming sick.
Thanks for watching.
Make sure to tune in next week. And remember, keep on sliding.
Meetings for Student Union are on the 2nd and 4th Wednesday of every month at 6:30 in the library. Please join us.
And if you have any suggestions for how a student union can improve our environment, please leave a suggestion in our box in the main office.
Thank you so much for watching.
And make sure to go on www.devilsadvocate.com for full versions of segments.